Welcome to Property Care. So today we are going to discuss about why we need to invest in property plots, residential plots in Bangalore or any other cities. This is a general idea. I'm going to share it. So I'm Radhakrishnan and I have 10 plus years experience in property management. We handle around 5,000 plus properties across Bangalore, and we have did some channel partner property sale with some property developers, plotted development projects. So I invested few plots and I got experiences in higher return on investments. So I'm going to share that with you people, and so that you also will get benefit out of it. So how to get a high return on investment by investing in a residential plot. So there are commercial plots and other managed agricultural plots also available. That is, I'll talk separately. So this is to understand a residential, plotted development project, plots investment. So I'm sharing my screen. So there are a lot of opportunities in Bangalore, particularly in outskirts. A lot of projects, new projects are coming up, and we can invest in such projects for a higher return on investments. So this is the idea which I am going to try. So there are outskirts, a lot of government bodies like the BMRDA, Bangalore Metropolitan Regional Development Authority. So this is one example where, approval body approving a lot of residential projects in Bangalore, which can be invested. It is a good investment. So for long term, those who are looking, it is a great investment. You can invest it. I'm going to discuss why we need to invest in these projects. So there are 10 top secrets which I am going to discuss, and this is going to be the useful for investing in the residential projects. So the first point is the soil. So soil, wherever we invest in soil, so it never makes a loss to the investment. So always it appreciates. Very, very rare condition that it goes depreciation. Something like a corona or the project, whatever we invested, it terribly went wrong. Only maybe 5%, less than 5%, it gives a lesser return on investments. Whereas when it is good projects, we definitely going to appreciate, particularly branded projects like Salapuria or prestige projects, Shobha. Wherever we invest in, obviously this is going to give a higher return. Then this is something like those who have a higher fund or savings. This is one portion of their savings can be invested in these plots, so that the portfolio of the wealth it get diversified across the different investments. So first is one of the diversified portfolio investment is the plot. So they can invest in share or other debentures, corporate bonds. A lot of source of investment, but this is something like one source of investment where they can invest their money. It's not that 100% we put into this. It's a diversified portfolio building. Third one is the location. See, wherever you select the location and invest in that, so we should be careful on which area going to develop. It's not that we generally go and put in money in developed area. So it is not recommended. So when we go to the outskirts, where developing area, where new projects are coming from government, and like outer ring roads, satellite, ring roads. So such things we should look for, and how the potentials, FDI, foreign direct investments, which company is going to come in that particular location, and how the corporates are building, how big is the road, we should see those things, and access close by, like tech parks, or, there are, lot of corporates coming up. So we should look such areas and try to invest. So, and over a period of time, this location automatically, increases the value by a lot of investments coming there. And it gradually, it will increase the invested money appreciation. So that's why we automatically leverage that particular locations, growth. So that our investment money will get multiplied. So next is the flexibility in use. Sometime, when we buy a plot where, builders are flexible to build our own styles. So for example, if you want to build a rental portions, for example, ground plus 2 floors, you can build it, and future you can rent it out so that it gives some passive income from your property. Without not much effort, we can get a rental income. So such things also we can do in these kind of projects. The customization. There are certain projects like villa projects, developers don't allow to build additional floors on your property. For example, if you want to build a G+2, no, they don't allow villa projects. All the properties should be in symmetrical. So they don't allow you to build any additional floors, because that is something like gated community, and if one person builds, then another person will ask. So developers will not have such kind of customization possible. So this is one advantage in this project, plotted development project investments. And initial cost is low, so that you don't have building here. So only plot is what you are trying to invest. So in such case, your initial cost will be lesser. So generally, if you go for a plot with a building, obviously the building cost will be added with the plot. So in this case, you are investing only on the plot. So building, you can design it and with an architect for future adding. Suppose if you don't want a building, you can even sell it with another customer also. So since it is a plot, and sixth one is since it is a plot, we don't need to have a big maintenance monthly, like an apartment. We have to pay 3,000 to 4,000, 5,000, 8,000, 10,000. We pay to the flats and villa projects. So here is I'm investing only plot. So my maintenance to the property is very less. Some property, good property developers, branded property developers, they take very minimum, per 5 rupees per year per square feet. So minimum maintenance, they take it for an annual, so that they will maintain that property. Suppose if you are taking a buyer there to show the property to sell maybe 2-3 years later, you will see a good, looking property, so that it gives a higher value when you sell the property. Passive income. I have some customers who have a very good premium properties, some corner sites where they can let out to somebody else. For example, nursery. I have customers coming here, they just need the site. They don't need any building on that. So they will bring the water from tankers, and they want to keep a nursery. So they sell the plants at a corner prime location. So you don't need to invest any money, just give the plot to them, and it gives a return on every month. For example, rent even 10,000, 15,000 for that shop. He only keep the shop, buy the plants and sell it to the neighborhood areas. So some places, some owners will get this advantage, depends on what site they have and where they have. So that this gives us some rental income from the property without any work. So the eighth secret is like UDS. It is undivided share. In an apartment, we usually have this undivided share. The entire project land, for example, 5 acres. So 5 acres, some 300 flats. So 300 flats, each flat owner will have an undivided share on that particular 5-acre land. So in here, there is no such UDS concept. You'll have ownership on the entire land, whatever the size you have, 100 by 120 or 30-40 or 30-50 or 40-60. So whatever the size you take it, you have 100% ownership on that. Tax savings. See, in Indian, tax concepts, we have about long-term capital gains. So if you, and for particularly an example here, an NRI, he is selling a property in India. So for example, he is selling a flat and he is trying to invest that money in a plot. So in such case, there is a tax benefit so that they don't need to pay full long-term capital gain on the first property. So that gain, they can put it in another property as a plot investment so that they'll reduce the tax. So the final one is, it is a tangible asset. It is not something like a demat account where you have a stock. You have only electronic document. So here you have a tangible asset, and this can be used for a family, entire daughter, son. They can put in when they are young, maybe 10 years old, 15 years old, they can put in, invest in a plot. So when they grow, 25, 20 for college education, and they can use that money for even for marriages, and so that it can be leveraged to entire family, children's, so that they benefit from this investment. So this is the whole idea of sharing these 10 secrets. So I suggest that you can use these principles and try to increase your revenue. So this is the idea behind these secrets, and I like to share that with my customers and other people for their benefit. So hope this is going to help. And if in case if you find any other useful comments or anything need to be added in this, please feel free to share it in the comment. We will look into it and try to correct, or we'll give you more value by providing such input. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye.